An underpainting will help us give the whole canvas a base color that we will build on top of. Now with watercolors it's easy, you can just give the thing a wash, but with acrylics we need to do it slightly differently. So I want generally the inside of this area to be a tint of blue. So I have our little cups of paint, I've got water set up, and I can take my little popsicle stick and dab a little blue on there. We don't need much. And then I can just take a wet brush, put that in that paint, move it around, and then I can spread that all over the area to give it a tint of blue. And I can just go back into the water and add some more if I need to. If I feel like it's too intense, we can do that. And if I feel like it needs to be more intense, we could always dab on a little bit of blue and spread that around and intensify the color a little bit. So this is just a bit of light paint so that the canvas is no longer white, and it will influence the colors that we put on top and give them a cool overall tone. Once you're done with this, then of course you're going to have to wash your brush. So in your water containers, go ahead and wash that a couple of times, squeeze it out if you need to, wash it again, and you want to get your brush fairly clean. Now let's say on the outside I want to have actually a color change happening. Let's say maybe I want yellow changing to blue. So I want yellow towards the top. Put a little dab there. And let's say I want to have some blue towards the bottom. So I'll go ahead and dab on a little blue here. So again, with my wet brush, I go ahead and activate that yellow. Maybe add a little bit more water to it. And then I would go ahead and spread that around. And by thinning out the color, we can still see our line work underneath. Now I was very careful to erase all of my pencil, because if you have pencil underneath here, it'll actually turn your yellow kind of a green or a brown color. Go ahead and do that, spread that around. And this is about where I want the transition happening. So I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush again. Now, if you want to work with yellow as one of your main colors, you may want to have an extra clean brush and an extra clean bucket of water. But because I'm going to be transitioning into blue, I don't have too much of a problem with that. So I added some water to the blue, spread it around. I'm going to have the blue down here. Spread that out. And now I'm going to go into the yellow and let it mix naturally. And you can see that I get a nice color of green. And I'm going to keep going up and let my brush run out of the blue. And I can bring that back down. And I can pull that green hue into the bottom area. All right. So now I have my undercoat done. Now, this space between the inside and the outside, maybe I want to do some more painting on top of, that's going to be fine. But we need to let this dry fully. You can use a hair dryer or put it into a drying rack before you start to lay on your more opaque colors. And opaque colors means that colors you can't see through. So we're not going to add water when we put colors on top of this, but the warm colors underneath will shine through our undercoat painting.